of course I'm sure.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Interchanging mind control, commit the revolution, take its toll. If you could flick a switch and open your third eye, you'd see that we should never be afraid to die. Rise up and take the power back. It's time the fat cats had a heart attack. You know that their time's coming to an end. We have to unify and watch our flag ascend.
What the Matrix is. You have to see it first.
Greetings, citizens of a pedo state. Who was Richard Marcinko? Founder of SEAL Team 6 Richard Marcinko is listed in the Epstein files. Kenneth Darrell Turner, who according to Epstein's documents was a former Air Force veteran and Assistant Defense Attaché in the Office of International Affairs of the U.S. Department of Justice, had stated the former U.S. Navy SEAL commander, Richard Marcinko, was in custody over a child sex ring investigation in Mexico, and was allegedly in possession of a trove of video evidence of Jeffrey Epstein and other U.S. citizens who were engaging in sex acts with children and had sent at least 18 emails to Detective Walter E. Harkins of the New York Police Department. In this exchange, which took place between July 19 and September 10, 2019, the FBI informant alleges that during a party hosted by Marcinko and Epstein in Ciudad Juarez in 2014, at a housing unit run by the U.S. consul at the sender claims Richard Marcinko, an Epstein associate, was sentenced in Mexico in 2017 to a life sentence for impregnating an 11-year-old girl. Bombshell, her son's DNA matches Wayne's 100%, referring to former U.S. Ambassador Earl Anthony Wayne. They allege an ex-U.S. Marine is serving the sentence in Marcinko's place after an agreement worked out between our U.S. State Department and a judge in Mexico after a huge payoff. Richard Marcinko incorporated a small aviation company called Aviloop at the New Hampshire office building that houses DEKA Research and Development. Around that time, Dean Kamen, an avid pilot himself, offered a flight school for employees of his company. In January of that year, someone identified as Nadia Marcinko from Slovakia emailed Epstein a link to one of Kamen's products, a high-efficiency in-home generator, suggesting that it could be useful for Epstein to use on his island. Several months after Dean Kamen's visit to Epstein Island, a New York City affiliate of the non-profit he founded, FIRST, which hosts robotics competitions for young people in Vermont and around the country, posted a profile of Marcinko to its website under the header Girls in Tech. The article was later removed. Who is Nadia Marcinko and the father Peter Marcinko, who sold her to Epstein? Nadia Marcinko is a FAA-certified commercial-rated pilot and flight instructor, holding a single, land and sea, multi-engine, land, instrument rating and Gulfstream CG-4 and CG-1159 type rating certificates. She is the CEO of Aviloop, an aviation website. According to the article, Marcinkova was questioned in 2010 concerning Epstein. He was convicted of soliciting an underage girls for prostitution. She's gone by different names and handles and has been portrayed as either a victim or an accomplice. Nadia Marcinko went from model to airplane pilot and flight instructor, but she hasn't been able to outrun her past in which, according to the Daily Mail, she was a sex slave to Jeffrey Epstein and alleged procurer of other young girls for the registered sex offender. She is back in the news following the court-ordered release of Epstein files related to the various associates of Epstein for crimes against humanity. Reports also suggest that she was one of the 5 accomplices: Leslie Groff, Adriana Ross, Sarah Kellen, Sarah Kensington and Ghislaine Maxwell, of Epstein, who was 30 years older than her. Some reports also suggest that Nadia, who also worked as a pilot with Epstein's aviation company Lolita Express for years. Her father, Peter Marcinko, is a well-known architect from Prešov, Slovakia. He was born in 1961 in Slovakian Republic. Nadia Marcinko, whose birth name was Nadia Marcinkova, was allegedly bought by billionaire businessman Jeffrey Epstein when she was 15 years old from her father. We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
Greetings, world. We are Legion. Unite as one. We are